Hey friends, so as a trans person, I get a lot of questions about decocking for whatever reason, so let's talk about what a decocker does and how to use it. Hi, my name is Ray. I'm a firearms instructor from Chicago. I use they, them pronouns. To use as an example, here we have a Ruger SR22 single action, double action, semi-automatic pistol. I've partially obscured it to avoid any issues with the video. First, let's clear the gun by removing the magazine and verifying that the chamber is empty. Now that the gun is safe, let's talk about single action versus double action. Currently the pistol is in what is called double action mode. That means when the trigger is pulled, first it will cock the hammer and then release it. It's called double action because the trigger performs two actions. Let's see how that works. First, we'll disengage the safety and then pull the trigger. Pay attention to where the trigger is and how the hammer moves when I pull it. You'll notice the hammer move backwards and then fall forwards rapidly. If the gun were loaded, this would have fired a round. Now let's try pulling the hammer back manually. You'll notice that the trigger moves backwards as well. The gun is now in single action mode. One very short pull of the trigger will now perform a single action, which is releasing the hammer. Pulling the slide back or causing it to slide backwards by firing around will also automatically cock the hammer. What if we don't want to fire the gun, but we'd like it to be in double action mode? That's where the decocker comes in. On this gun, the safety and the decocker are combined into one lever. With the hammer cocked, engaging the safety also activates the decocker and drops the hammer without firing the gun. Let's watch that again. Notice how the trigger only moves forward and doesn't move backwards into the firing position. Most people decock their hammer when carrying a gun for self-defense purposes to avoid negligent discharges. The extra force required to pull the trigger acts as a sort of safety. That's decocking. I hope you learned something, and as always, don't be afraid to let me know what I missed.